And welcome back to part 7 of What If Naruto Had Swift Release. We're now into the Shippuden era. I don't know how much longer this What If's going to go on. Probably at least another 2 episodes past this if I got my pacing down right. We, no pun intended, will be blitzing through a little bit of this now because Naruto, after 3 years of training, is going to be pretty powerful. In fact, let's actually get over to kind of what's happened in the last 3 years of Naruto since the end of the original. Naruto comes back to the village. Now, Naruto pretty much has learned all the standard stuff he did. There wasn't much that different that Jiraiya would have taught him. Still did the Great Ball Rasengan or the Giant Rasengan. Still tried to learn to control Kurama's chakra, only getting the 3 tails. And then the 4th was a no-go. And honestly, you couldn't make an art. I will not have that happen, but between Swift Release and 4-tail Naruto, there's a chance he could have legitimately killed Jiraiya. Because he almost did, and it almost did without Swift Release. For the sake of at least an easier story, I'm going to... I only just realized that after the fact. I could have done that. That would have changed things up. I almost kind of want to, but I've written down the notes I have. I literally just remembered that. Oh, that sucks. Because that actually... Either way, though, I think Jiraiya still would have probably survived anyway. Because Naruto still caught him off guard. Really, he would have just hit Jiraiya harder, all that, and I think he probably still would have lived. But regardless, so Naruto, speed-wise, we have to have a gauge for where he's speed-wise. He's not faster than the Raikage. He is not faster than Raikage. In base. With the Fox Chakra and Swift Release, yeah, at that point he's the fastest thing alive. Except he's a red blur, not a blue bird. Not a bee bird. Not a bluebird. Not a bluebird. Blur. But yeah, in base, he's... If the Raikage on a scale of 1 to 10 comes in at a full 10, Naruto probably comes in at like a 7 or an 8. He's not as fast as the Raikage. Neither at full speed. He's just not. The Raikage literally, I think, is said to move at like near, if not light speed. And Naruto, we know, once he got the Fox Cloak, could actually move at light speeds. But he's still exceedingly fast, exceedingly more effectively trained, better trained. He now, as I mentioned, can use Swift Release in just his limbs. So he can just stand there, just like that. He literally can just block everything because of his training, his reflexes are heightened to that point as well. His reaction time is heightened to that point. So now there's very few people in the village who could touch him, let alone beat him. Guy, Kakashi, they're still in their camp of people who could straight up beat him in a fight. Jiraiya, knowing what he knows, could beat him in a fight. Tsunade could maybe beat him in a fight, but it'd be difficult. Other than that, though, in the village, not much. He comes back and he says, welcome back, Konoha, I'm back. And then he sees Konoha, hey, Pa! No, it was Sakura he saw initially. And it's Sakura here again. And he remembers being upset when he learned what Sakura did, but it's been 3 years. He can forgive her. He's Naruto. What has been going on with Sakura, though? Because I did not leave her in the best of scenarios in the last chapter. But it just all came crashing down to me that I had completely forgotten that's right. She had offered to go with him. And she never told anyone. That is terrible as a person. That is so self-centered. And so here, Tsunade did not train her. She did not. At the very least, it took years for her to agree to train Sakura. I think I would say that. Because Sakura had to regain the trust of everyone. Because everyone found out, everyone in her age range, all the other ninjas, and she was embarrassed, kind of basically humiliated, and she didn't have anyone to blame but herself. She couldn't even just pity herself because she knew she deserved it. And years have gone by, and as I said, I think down the road within those 3 years, maybe in the last year, Sakura would have been taken under Tsunade's wing after asking, begging, pleading, and even showing off what she had learned previously. Because if no one's going to train her for a while, and I think basically while Sakura wanted to improve herself, after that, no one wanted for a little bit anything to do with her. They weren't going to pariah her or anything like that. Just look at her and just not turn her noses up at her, but they were not going to help her. there's like, you want to get stronger. You need to learn how to fend for yourself. You need to learn how to have an identity beyond that boy. Because right now, you're pathetic. You've got nothing. You can't offer anything. And then again, harsh, but needed to be said. And so Sakura, I think, would spend a lot of her time training on her own, going into things like genjutsu, maybe learning what her chakra element is, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is earth. I've looked it up multiple times, but for shits and giggles, let's look it up for the umpteenth time. Sakura Haruno. There we go. What was her chakra element? I'm almost positive it was earth. Earth and fire, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, she also has fire in the novel. She actually has earth and water, which is interesting, and access to yin yang. But earth. So yeah, earth. And so I imagine she learned a couple earth jutsus. Mud wall is usually the basic one we see a lot of people try to learn. Maybe like a rock. I always like the idea of something called crater fist. Basically, it's a jutsu you actually see the Tsuchikage use, but it's got such a terrible name. I'm like, no, crater fist sounds way cooler. So maybe she does that because she's still a melee fighter. I think she goes into the genjutsu after her mate. I think her and I is maybe a bit more forgiving than Tsunade. Obviously, Tsunade's the Hokage. She's busy also. But she maybe gives her some pointers on genjutsu and finds she's actually very talented at it. When it comes to the medical ninjutsu, I think she learns as much as she can on her own before finally going to talk to Tsunade. And yeah, I think she's actually decently ahead. She's not in this version where she is medical-wise in the original, but she's, again, using a scale. If she's at a 10 in the original, she's maybe at about a 6-7 here. She's still competent. She could still make that antidote and save Kakuro's life, which we'll get to that. But she's not as skilled here as she is in the original, not by a large margin. But she can compensate for that by actually having kind of turned herself into a legitimate shinobi. And at this point, most people have now forgiven her, but she's still looking to make amends because she cannot. And when she sees Naruto, she smiles, but then she feels sad, and then she actually does something Naruto would never say. She bows and Naruto, I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. He's like, what? He's like, whoa, Sakura. I mean, just got back. You're throwing this on me. No. It's like, I keep messing up. Look, I just messed up again. No, but everything. How I treated you, how I just obsessed over Sasuke, how it almost got you killed. I'm sorry for everything. I promise you, I'm going to try to be a better friend to you. I'm a better teammate. I promise you that. And Naruto's just taken back, but he's like, he goes over and he just puts his hands on her shoulder. I think he does a weirdly mature thing. He kind of just puts his hand on her on top of her head. She's about to say, but he doesn't like call her or anything like that. He just gives her like a rub and is like, hey, it's okay. Look, we're all going to make mistakes in life, Sakura. But the point is, you owned up to it. You took responsibility. Maybe it took you a while, but you're here now. You're here now, and you look strong. You look stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. And he smiles, gets you again. And Sakura, for the first time, actually blushes at what Naruto says. He legitimately is giving her compliments. He's making her feel good, now, but he makes her feel happy about herself inside for a change. She's legitimately shocked, and she has to think, but she also knows Hinata is crushing on him hard. So it's like, man, maybe I really should have given. In her head, she's like, maybe I should have given him a chance. I mean, he also didn't grow up badly either. She probably not just. He actually is not bad looking at all, and he's actually legitimately kind to me. But then obviously Konoramino shows up, the sexy jutsu. Naruto says, now watch my new sexy jutsu. Sakura does still hit him. Well, I never have been a fan of that aspect of like just culture in general in anime. It's really okay to just hit people like that. Seriously, I will admit Naruto deserved that one. But then Naruto asks after the fact, like, wait, what happened to Sasuke? And it's revealed what happened with Sasuke. Sasuke is still in prison, incarcerated. He's still incarcerated. He is still locked up, but he is at least made comfortable. He's not just given bread and water. He's given actual meals. He's allowed to at least work out. He's allowed visitors. He's been cooperative for the most part. He still has that obsession with Itachi. That's something through trial and with Ibiki and Inoichi that he's always gonna. They know he's always gonna have that obsession with Itachi of getting his revenge, but They do also note, as time's gone on, he feels regret for what he did, for what he's done. Like, he lost to Naruto straight out. He also agrees to keep Naruto's secret. Like, he knows he knows how big a secret it is after they tell him, and he agrees that to not tell the secret. By the way, he doesn't know that he has the fox. By the way, he found that out with Orochimaru and all that. He didn't know what that was, but he assumes that there's something special about Naruto that he'll keep it a secret. That it's a secret for a reason, and so he has been incarcerated this whole time. He's physically still in good shape. He can't really train. He's been given chakra suppressants, like seals or whatever, but he can still put up a good fight and all that. Unfortunately, he has fallen behind the rest of them, and for the time being, that is where he stays. They have not deemed him fit to be unincarcerated at this point. But he's been cooperative, if there's ever information they need from him, he's willing to give it, with a little conversation. And so Naruto would go to visit Sasuke, but he has to visit Tsunade first. And here's where we get more or less the same scenario where Kakashi says, "Oh, hi there. We're going to test you to see how strong you've gotten." Kakashi squares off with him, reveals his Sharingan, reveals he's also gotten a lot stronger in the past year. Naruto's swift release is enough to definitely keep him on his toes, but Kakashi, with training, has at least got reflexes to kind of match that to some degree. And Sakura can't use the super strength. I should note that right now. But because she's got Earth Release, she uses it. I think she uses a weird combination of her normal physical strength and Earth Release to kind of crack the ground anyway. And so we get to see that a little bit. And ultimately, it's still going to end with Kakashi losing because Naruto is about to reveal Make-Out Paradise. So we get the Garo retrieval arc. Really not a lot changes in there. Kankuro still gets poisoned. Sakura will show up. Chiyo attacks Kakashi, but Naruto's too fast for her. Blocks it. Saves Kankuro, although he will be somewhat weakened for a good long while. They go and they ultimately confront Itachi. This leads to Naruto and Itachi having a bit of conversation. I see. So Naruto, I see. I wonder how is my little brother doing? His Sasuke is none of your business. And Naruto's still, like, the Fox Chakra's still coming out. He's definitely in control. And Naruto just tries to quickly just end him with a swift release. But unfortunately, Itachi put him in the Genjutsu. Now, he's probably got better chakra control here than in the original, but I still think because of just how powerful the Genjutsu is, he's not able to do anything about the Genjutsu until he's basically broken out of it by someone else. Ultimately, Naruto comes in, Rasengan's the fake Itachi. They go try to get to the real spot where the real Gaara is. Naruto obviously can't quick release, but swift release to get there in time. And even if he did, he'd still have to wait for everyone else to undo the seals. The guy undoes the seals. They have their fight. And then Deidara tries to escape with Gaara's body. The problem is that it's like, here, it's like, ha, come and get me, Ninetales. And Naruto had to run after, and they were always behind. And so he could just never catch up. Here, try to get me, Ninetales. It's like, Rasengan! Huh? Holy crap. I heard he was fast, but what the? And then all of a sudden, Kakashi comes in from behind. Deidara's not. He's so overtaken by Naruto's speed that he doesn't even, he hears the Chidori too quick and just, lightning blade. Son of a bitch. And then so they drop Deidara quick. Deidara's done. And Sasori, they're still right basically outside the door. So they can actually go and help and aid Sasori. Except that Naruto sees Gaara's dead body and is just, Chiyo wants to go and try to use the resurrection jutsu, but, or the life training, whatever jutsu. But Sasori's like, you have other concerns, Granny Chiyo. And then he comes in, they start doing their battle for a little bit, and Naruto immediately starts going into Fox mode. He's already got the one tail, and the second one's starting to come out. And just as Kakashi's about to put the seal on him, Naruto's eyes go over to Sasori, sees the cloak, knows those fuckers killed him. And before Kakashi can ever get the seal on, it's like, Naruto, even my Sharingan couldn't see him move. What the? And all of a sudden, just Hiroko, the scorpion puppet, his main puppet, just is, and even his main puppet that's inside the puppet, his sorcery puppet, is damn like, the Nine-Tails Fox, like, you! It's like, no, and everyone's like, this boy, is he? Yes, he's the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki, but I've never seen him like this. I'm gonna kill you! It's like, and he just tries to pull out the Kazekage puppet, but Naruto just brings in this arm of chakra, just it's like, and well, he can't feel any pain. He's like, and then Naruto just comes in, and just starts raining hell on Sasori. I can't keep up with him. He's too bad. And then Naruto just makes a giant ass Rasengan, even bigger than the big ball Rasengan. Just Rasengan. He has to quickly just put his core somewhere else. But Naruto finally starts to calm down. Sasori tries to get the sneak up on them, but ultimately Kakashi probably comes in, or one of them comes in and just puts the blade through the core. Like, that Jinchuriki is most impressive and dangerous indeed. I guess I can. I'll leave you with since you won, I'll give you a little reward. He tells him about the spy on the bridge. And then they go and they resurrect Gaara, and all's well that ends well. Now, I do think after they get back, Naruto finally goes to visit Sasuke. And they have the option, it's like, have you been, Sasuke? It's like, well, I can't really complain about the room service, but the view sucks. And they actually do have a bit of a laugh. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry you're still in here. Naruto and Sasuke gets a little sober or somber, but he does admit, like, look, you're gonna be apologetic all you want, Naruto, but we all know I brought this on myself. And it's like, true, you were acting like an ass, but you couldn't help it. And Sasuke kind of just, perhaps, or maybe he was just bringing out what I was really feeling at the time. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that you, with everything you did everything you could to bring me back, and you succeeded. You beat me fair and square. And when I eventually am allowed out of here, you better believe I will come back, and I will get my revenge. No, and I'm gonna settle the score between us, you and me. And then Naruto's like, I look forward to it. By the way, they've been asking for a while for me to cooperate, and I've been trying my best. There's only so much I can offer, but there is something. Someone came down here a little while ago, offering me a way out. I told him to F off, and say, wait, what? Who is it? And then cut to Tsunade's office. Lady Tsunade. It's like, you should have let Naruto out of the village. He's our best. He's our precious Jinchuriki. It's like, yeah, well, either way, it doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. And it's like, very well, but then we get to have our own say as well. And Danzo comes in, and Danzo basically said, we're going to basically put this extra member on your team. Except an Anbu shows up, and Naruto shows up with an Anbu next door to him, because the Anbus were there. And someone's always got to keep an eye on Sasuke. And it's like, oh, and it's like, this is the Nine-Tail. So this is young Naruto. He's trying to keep it cool. It's like, yeah, what about it? It's like, Lady Tsunade, there seems to be something with Naruto Uzumaki wants to tell you. And he's just like, and who are you? I'm Danzo. So you're the guy who tried to break Sasuke out of jail. Just Danzo actually squints his eyes up and says, that blasted Uchiha. I didn't think he'd actually turn on me. It's like, is that right? It's like, what? It's like, I was offering him I'm not quite sure. What do you mean? Yeah, cut the crap. Sasuke told me all about how you were offering him a place in what, Root or something, like whatever you call it. Yeah, just so you can have a chance to have him in your ranks and have another Sharingan. You could get him out there and you could pull the strings and get him out there and keep him under your supervision. Isn't that right? And it's like, and Tsunade now is grizzy. Is that right, Danzo? And both the other two just don't have anything to say. It's like, we can't help you out here, bro. You screwed yourself over here. It's like, it's foolish to keep a weapon such as the Sharingan in a cage. And I was simply doing what I thought was best. Maybe, but you're not the Hokage, Danzo. I am. And I'm the one who makes those decisions. You went over my head. And Anbu, and she calls him Anbu, and he says, take Danzo away. We're going to have a little chat. And Danzo obviously is going to walk out relatively okay, but it's like, that did not work out as planned. And now we're running out of a little time and I'm low on battery, but this is where we're just going to kind of blitz through a little bit of stuff here. In fact, a lot of stuff here, because the Hidan Kakusa thing happens pretty much the same. Literally the same. There is no Sai here at this point because he lost his chance to put someone on the team by doing that. But Naruto still trains with the wind release. It's a little easier for him to get it down because he's been using Swift for so long. But he also has access to lightning, as I think maybe something that is shown is that it also crinkles later on. So he also has access to lightning, which Kakashi can train him in as well. But right now they're focusing on wind, which is his primary chakra affinity. Comes in, he swift release. The difference here is that he gets Kakuzu in the first shot because of the swift release. So he just boom, puts him down. Jiraiya would still go, fight pain, die. And we'll then end off with this. Naruto is back in the village, healing up after finally healing up after using the Rasen Shuriken for the first time. And he's looking around, hanging out in the park. He's hanging out. He finally saw Hinata, by the way, and she sees him. And she's blushing about how handsome he got. But I think it's her friend. She definitely has feelings for him. So I think she works up the encouragement to actually give him a legit hug. And he's like, It's like, Hinata, so warm. It's like, ooh, feelings. I'm catching feelings in my pants. No, but still. Yeah, he's like, warm, nice, friend, soft. Wait, what? Like, seriously, hormones raging. What are you gonna do? But he's walking in the village. It's late at night. He's just getting some air. He's just enjoying the night. And he sees birds. He sees maybe an owl. Maybe there's some birds flying. Maybe sees an owl or something like that. He sees a crow, a raven, and he sees another raven and another one. And they're all looking at him. And Naruto's like, what? And all of a sudden the ravens more and more appear. And it's not actually Itachi, but a form takes the shape in the ravens. It's a genjutsu type ability. And Itachi's like, hello, good to see you again, Naruto. It's like, you know I'm only a genjutsu message, right? I'm sending you this message through a genjutsu right now. Attacking this image won't do anything. Say, what do you want? Say, Sasuke, you were able to keep my brothers safe. I can't really repay you in any other considerable way, but there is something I need to talk to you about. What do you mean keep your brothers safe? You killed your entire family, but I did leave Sasuke alive. Because you wanted him to hate you and kill you. I did, but there's more you need to know, Naruto. I want you to meet me at this location. He does like some sort of map genjutsu, whatever. It's like, how do I know I can trust you? How do you know I won't bring anyone else? I don't, but if you feel you need to bring others, do it. If that makes you comfortable, then by all means. I won't be running this time. This was our final confrontation, coming, Naruto. But there's much you need to know. I'll wait for you here. And then disappears, saying, and Naruto now just stands there and waits, and just thinks. And that's where we're going to leave part 7 of What If Naruto had Swift Release. Thinking about where we ended right now, yeah, we're probably going to be going into 2 more videos. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one.